I'ma claim Oakland.
What do you feel Oakland needs, like in the 60s they came up with the Panthers, who was strong through Oakland and made noise. What's going to make noise today?
Oakland got it. Okay. Hi, everybody. Put that back there. What's up, y'all? Let me turn this music down a little. It's a little loud. Okay. Hello, Serena. Hello, Kelly girl. Welcome back, y'all. So, you guys can hear the music, right? I want to be sure it's not drowning me out and that it's not too quiet. Oops. I forgot to update the menu, Kelly girl. Thank you for the reminder. By the way, that catering gig went really, really well. We had some leftovers. We gave them to PGG. They probably tore through those like, you know, like it was nothing. What was I gonna say? Yeah, it did. It went really well. Let me go ahead and update. Because I forgot to add my side dish. There we go. I forgot I'm making pork with spinach and onions and probably some rice. So, let me update menu. Where is my menu? Menu. There we go. The only thing I was not happy about was the dessert. But that's okay. I'll take that. If one of the things has to fail, let it be dessert. And really, I don't think anybody. Okay, I think that's taken care of. Yep, we're good here. We're good here. Actually, we're gonna up this over it and okay. So I am going to be making pork belly for dinner. A very small piece of pork belly because it was supposed to get ground up as part of JD's dinner. I'm sorry, it's not pork belly, it is pork jowl. I don't know if this even has skin on it. Well, whatever. We'll make it work. We're going to treat it like pork belly and see what we can do with that. This is not even a pound of meat, so this will be a fairly quick stream. Let's see what happens. Kelly girl, feel free to hit menu again. Let's see if it's going to cooperate. Okay. So I'm putting some 5 spice powder. There we go. And some white pepper. A little bit of sweetener. Dousing wine. This is going to make a paste. And we are going to wipe it all over this meat. But first things first, what I forgot to do, I need to make some cuts. Oh, hey, include a little baby piece. That's cool. Ooh, I haven't had chicken gizzards in so long. Okay. I think I may have messed this up. I was supposed to make these cuts lengthwise. It's okay. I don't think anybody cares. So we're just drying this off some. Fried chicken liver sounds super good too. All right. So now I'm gonna mix all of this up and just gonna rub it in. Here we go. If we have enough for our little tiny piece. Totally get the livers next time. Yeah. Oh, y'all, I forgot the salt. That's okay. Okay, so I'm here, over here, here, and here, and here. We're just gonna Rub that in a little bit. Pat it down. Okay, now it's been salted. Let's. Okay, so now the fun part. I get to punch holes in that skin and that fat on the top. I don't know if this is actually going to work, since I didn't realize that this is not a skin-on thing. And I was going to pull out my new puncture toy, but I won't. Yeah, this is all fat, which is fine. I'm just going to pierce the fat anyway. It certainly goes a lot faster when you can see what you're doing. That. Thank you, Keller girl. Now, where am I? Okay. Tin foil. We're going to use some foil. And we're going to build ourselves a little nest. Okay. Our meat here. A little baby piece of meat right here. I'm gonna move the cutting board over here. Okay, up and over. Gonna lay this down, tuck it in one more time. So far, so good. Now, these ends. Crumple this up a little. Fold up. Press out. That was a little bowl. Okay. It says prevent the salt from spilling over, basically so you don't make a huge frickin' mess. But if you end up with more space, it doesn't say that that's an issue. So I'm just gonna roll with it. I'm gonna hold this a little. There we go. Very neat. Okay, so now we've got ourselves a little boat, a little pork boat here. Actually, let me make this one a little bit smaller. Go. And okay, perfect. Now, let's see. Layer of vinegar. We're just gonna use some straight up white vinegar. I don't want to use a Filipino vinegar because I've only got so much left. Now we're just going to brush this fat with some vinegar. And I think it calls for more than one round of this. So I ended up pouring more than I needed, which is okay. Cover the skin completely with a layer of salt. Go with this. Good. All right. Goal is to cover it with salt. Now, we're going to preheat the air fryer to 250 degrees. I'm going to cook this for 30 minutes. This also means I need to move my phone. All right, let's do this. All right, air fry. Here we go. Wait. Go. To these. All right. Yes. 30 minutes. Take our little boat here. Work boat. Or I always forget. 30 minutes. 250 for 30 minutes. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give this an extra 10 minutes. Because it has to get to temperature, and then I will stick the pork in. In the meantime, let's see what else I need to do. Okay. This will actually probably get done sooner than I think it will, which is not a problem for me. That just means I need to get part 2 started. Okay, so next thing I have to do is slice up an onion. I use a small one. Actually, let me check the fridge. If I have leftover onion. Oh, look, I have a leftover onion. Don't have to cut up this one. Sweet. It's half of a large onion, so even better. All right, I'll give it a little rinse. end off. And I am just going to slice this. These are going to go into a pan and they're going to get sauteed with the spinach. And you guys saw me do this last time. Okay, let me pause. Stick this basket in here. I'll put it in the middle. Okay, so that takes care of that. Onions are done. And I'm actually going to move this so I don't blind myself with the smell of onions. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, there's an ad break in progress. I think the two of you are subbed members, but I'm going to go use the bathroom again. Again! I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. All right, so the meat is doing what it does. I don't want to start the onions and spinach right now because that's going to be done in next to no. I could, however, start the rice. I have my, yes, I do. Okay. I'm going to do this a little bit differently though. I've had some really good luck using a pan. I don't know if this has anything to do with my streak of beginner's luck or what, but it's working. So, I'm just going to share this rice with JD. Mainly because I do not feel like being bothered. This is hard. Okay. I don't know if I should use the rice already out. If I should use the pan. You know what? I've already put it in the pan. I'm going to do that. Wait. Guys. I have issues. All right. Okay. So let me move this. I was supposed to bring the, but if I bring the water to the boil first, I'm not going to know how much rice I have. This is why God invented measuring devices. A third of a cup of rice. Okay, I can deal with that. So, we're going to try this. 2/3 of water. 4 quarts of water for every pound. This isn't even close to a pound. 1 to 2. Okay, I was right. For every 1 unit of pasta, 2 units of liquid. All right, all right. And I'm going to add a little bit more water, just in case. Because as this boils, I'm going to lose liquid. Put that there, and the heat on. And find the lid, slap it on there. Let's see. Okay. That burner is being weird. It's always being weird. Okay, that's better. There's less tilting? Still tilting though. Ah. Eventually, I will get different burner covers or whatever. Today is apparently not that day. That's a little better. Sort of. Sort of. It's wild. Okay. Wait. And really the only reason I'm being as fussy as I am about this is because this is one of 2 large burners on this stove. All right, this will simply have to do. Hello, Wolfie, how are you? Hope you're well. So what this says is it's supposed to boil for 5 to 6 minutes. Not true. It's gonna boil longer than that. Good to hear. Very good to hear. Okay, so salt. I might leave some of these spices out. I'm not gonna need the vinegar though. To season the spinach. We'll make a lot of spinach to make up for the lack of protein. Protein. You guys want to see what I got as a snack at the local store? I found some deviled ham. And then I found some Vienna sausages. And there was some pork pate, but I ate it. Hungry. Okay. Now I have to put my Dutch oven back where it belongs. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's very similar to potted meat, which used to be my dad's favorite snack, but it's a lot less salty. So there's that. Okay, I think I'm good for now. Okay, what else do I need to do? I think for now, Eton. That sounds yummy. I don't know what that is, but absolutely eat that. Huh. Okay, so this would have annoyed me had I seen it sooner. Apparently, one of the things you're supposed to do is rub salt into the, or you pour salt on it again, but I digress. Anyway, kind of annoyed that it does not say this in the instructions, but says it in the notes. This is notes. All right, it is well past 5 o'clock. I'm going to make myself a drink. Let's see what I got. Actually, before I make myself okay, I'm good here. All right, let's check out the booze. gonna need more whiskey and everything else soon enough. Wow. Mmm. Baton is typically served on toast with traditional Quebec bread. I'll just kill it. Ooh. That sounds amazing, Wolfie. I would absolutely eat that with some crackers. Like, no question. Okay. I'm gonna do a vanilla Coke with my whiskey. Bet. Now, my favorite, which I also have not had in a very long time, is Hogshead cheese. There was a place in Oakland, a little corner store, they used to sell it. Till the pandemic hit. Something went wrong with the factory and they couldn't sell it anymore. And I'm very sad because I don't know where to find it now. And, well, no. Yeah, I don't know where to find it anymore. Very disappointed. I remember years ago, my dad attempting to make some by himself. That was interesting. That's a good question. Maybe I could write to the company. It's possible. Certainly wouldn't hurt. But yeah, there's nothing like being awakened at 10 a.m. Saturday morning by the sound of an axe in your backyard. You peek out of the window, hacking something apart on a stump of wood. And it looks like a head. Yes, it's an educational opportunity. But yeah, somehow he got in his hands on a hog's head, used an axe to basically cut it to smithereens, and there were gigantic chunks of Ed O'Hog simmering in my in the kitchen in a gigantic pot. And he made hogshead cheese. It doesn't, well, it didn't suck, but there were better versions. I'll put it that way. I can't really say anything, as you guys know how I like to explain. I'm half tempted. I just had an idea, y'all. Thought of something. I have leftovers from visiting my mom. So what I may do, I'm gonna go ahead and cook the spinach anyway. But I think I'm gonna split the leftovers. Like, I could combine the spinach and onion, the greens in the refrigerator, but I think they're seasoned differently. So those seasonings may not necessarily. I guess there's one way to find out, though. Here. There it is. All right. Smells greeny. You know what? I can mix these with spinach. It'll be fine. Okay. Oh, that's not nearly enough water. That's okay. We will fix this in about 2 minutes. Oh, they had some overstock at work and took some home. Great. What are you going to do with it? Oh, yeah, okay. Salads and stuff are good. I personally prefer my spinach to be, I've never really been a huge raw spinach. But that's me. Actually, there's no reason for me to. Actually, you know what? I'm going to save myself some drama. There. You like it either way? Okay, I can see it. Ooh, spanakopita. That's a great idea. I haven't had that in so long. Okay, so now we've got rice in here, just enough water to cover, which was my goal. And now I can let that boil. How's our meat coming along? Pretty good. Pretty good. And I'm going to keep this water around just in case that cooks away faster than I anticipated. Hello, Skip. Welcome. Ow. That's sad. I regret that you did not get your aunt's recipe for spanakopita. How are you doing, Skip? Good to see you. Really? She was a fantastic cook. You got to have at least one in the family. Ideally. God help the person who was born into a family where nobody knows how to cook. That sucks. Aw, I'm sorry, Skip. What is it? Is it like a cold, flu, achy bones? What's up? wow. Your dad's side of the family, they're all good cooks? I'm into it. That sounds lovely. I'm gonna have to start closing these windows soon. It's getting a little bit cold. It's probably the dreaded man flu. Oh heavens, however shall you survive? No, but seriously, I wish you good health and I hope you get better quickly. It's nice to be able to sit down. It's always nice to be able to sit. What am I talking about? I'm gonna check the rice every once in a while. I'm still pretty certain it's gonna take longer than 6 to 7 minutes, but I just want to be sure it's not underdone. Maybe decades later, but details, details. Point is, you're gonna be fine. Oh man. All right, let me play some more music. Whew. Let's do some more up. It's really hard to find stuff like this with no words. Like if I, it is shockingly difficult. Oh, cold and sore throat. Ouch. Allergies and weather. Yeah. Um, JD and I have both been having issues with allergies lately. Even the cat is sneezing on occasion. So we get it. It kind of stinks though. Fortunately, summer is coming. Aw, little mama, I'm sleepy too. Do you think Thorn would mind if I crawled into bed with you guys and like took a nap? Like, would that be cool or whatever? Okay. Ibuprofen and you're trying to sleep. Okay. That's a plan. Now, is the ibuprofen to help you sleep? I'm curious. Thorn wouldn't mind at all. Okay, good. Good. We gotta make sure everything's cool with both partners. Don't step on anybody's toes. That's not okay. I'll just curl up and pass out. Ooh, yummy. You would give me friendly cuddles. Aww. Beautiful. I would be so flattered. Oh, okay. Veggie pork soup sounds incredibly good. Wow. So once the uh, the salt is all dried off, I'm gonna brush it off and then air fry it again. I'm gonna try and get as much of the salt off as I possibly can. Oh, you take it for the sore throat? Oh, did not think of that. Sense. That's good. I'm glad it's relaxing you. Okay, I am going to check my recipe and see if I still need to keep it. Oh, yes. Okay, it looks like I still need to keep it in its little boat. Okay. Let me see if I can find this video here. Crispy pork belly. Where is the video, Chris? Bro. I have to lie. Like, you just put a link video. Doing, bro, like, happening. Hold on, wait a minute. It. Not it. Dude, you suck. Okay, I am guessing this has to be it. Okay. You see. Yes. Grandfather's method, ultra crispy skin, pork, blah, 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 blah. Get to it. Okay. Pork holes in the skin, check. Excess, I don't know what he's talking about. What is this? Excess. 5-spice marinade, smeared into the meat side. Yeah. Okay. Kosher salt and an egg. This is not the same recipe. Okay, that did not work. Okay, let's try that. Okay, air fryer pork belly. That cleaver is sharp though. Come on, ready in an hour. Yeah. Pork belly, okay. Half-inch deep cuts, poking holes, finding seasonings, tiny whisk, spread it on the meat, brush the skin with white vinegar, foil boat, salt on the skin, air fry. Okay, this is the right one. Brush off any excess. Brush the oil on, air fry second time at 400, 30 to 40 minutes. Okay. So you do leave it in its little tinfoil boat to make sure it stays crispy. I'm watching the video one more time just to make sure. Okay, cool. Okay. Now I know what I'm doing. Okay. JD in the house, y'all. Do you want some Kaizen rice or do you want regular rice? There's a small amount of Kaizen rice left. Okay.
4 times you need. Pardon me. Throat's a little scratchy.
There are Dorians named Jay. Okay, I just got the joke, Dark Queen. I was so confused.
Hey, Keller girl. Hey, I'm about to play Mafia 3.
So go ahead, Keller girl. I'm not going to be mad or anything. You can come back later and see how it turned out.
I'm just loading up. I'm sorry I got on late, y'all. I had to finish working out, so I'm trying to get back in my pattern.
Oh, that's okay. This is me, not you. I was like, why do you have a glass of water near the? Oh, that's not okay. It's fine. I'm smarter than I think I am. Okay, so looks like our pork is almost done with its first. Not yet, Dark Queen. Not yet. I know you're excited. We all love JD around here. So yeah, he's playing WWE 20K before. So if y'all want to go see him and then bounce back here later, I will not be offended. Like seriously, I am not mad at it. I want him to get more viewers. Not gonna lie. Okay. So we have, how much rice is this? About 4 ounces. Really? What kind did you get, Skip? Okay, this part of my audio will probably be edited or whatever, muted. Okay, I am gonna go to this song and I'm gonna skip a little bit because I don't feel like getting DMCA'd. Here we go. Now, back. Okay, so 4 ounces of water, which would mean 1 cup of water. If I'm going by conventional wisdom, which is fine, because that's exactly, what this rice cooker is going to call for. So here we go. Okay. Granite coated aluminum with a 1/4-inch disc on the bottom and anodized on the outside has removable handles. Love that. That sounds freaking amazing, dude. Wow. Okay. So now, we have a cup of that. We're going to do this the quick method. I guess, you know what would help? I plugged it in. How about that? Flip this over. Okay, what am I doing? Quick. 39 minutes. Here we go. And that will be the last of JD's toasted rice. $80 for a 17-piece set. Oh, the skillets aren't slip side? Yeah, I see the problem. That's a pain. Still not a bad deal, though. Still not a bad deal. All right, so let's go ahead and pull this out. And get our little boat here. Crap. Okay. Okay. So I am gonna take this out. Gonna put it there on the foil neatly. Swinging the trash can around. Oh, they're good in the oven to at least 400 degrees. Love that. That certainly makes, you know what? I'm just going to make another, I'm going to make another little boat. Ah, this is ridiculous. Okay. Oh, they're perfect for cake pans too? Wow. You got a serious deal. Okay, so we are just getting as much of the salt off the surface of this as possible. And I'm wiping a little bit of the bottom, not a lot though, because I don't want that seasoning to disappear. That's super handy, Skip. I really love that. What a very ingenious piece of kitchenware. All right, that should take care of the salt. Now, I'm gonna pull this off. $2.5 times the safe levels. Ooh, bottled water, huh? The test is from 2020. It took them like 5 years to get that? Wow. And thank you to those of you who hung out with me while I was doing the study stream stuff. That's fair. It sucks. But you're right. I mean, I'd imagine Flint, Michigan is on pretty much having the same issue. The pipes are messed up. They don't have the money. Rumor has it that there were donations, but they didn't get to the right place. You know what I'm saying? So okay. Now So you got a brand new little boat. Now, what do I do next? Okay, we brush the skin with some oil. You're gonna pour out what's left of this vinegar. I'm gonna add some oil. Okay, so we've got our meat that has now been coated with neutral oil. We're gonna put this back in the air fryer. And this is gonna be in here for 30 to 40 minutes at 400 degrees. I'm gonna give it 50 minutes to actually warm up. (400 degrees). Okay. So we'll keep checking on it just to make sure it's cooking the way it's supposed to. Be it, y'all. All right, now we're gonna set a timer for 15 minutes. Actually, no. For 20 minutes. How's the rice doing? Rice is looking good. Makes me happy. Yeah, I really honestly think I get my best results in a pan. The rice is actually done. No problem. Litter box duty is good. Interesting. I have not heard this name, Wolfie. I'm going to be using this. Okay, that's it. I'm using this method. I'm going to add... Actually, no. I'm going to leave... Okay, I'm going to add a tiny... I was going to say, I'm going to leave the rice alone. This works so well, y'all. Next time, I'm actually going to time it to see how long this took. I know it was longer than 7 minutes. 10 minimum. Minimum. And I'm going to leave it on low a little bit. I want some more of this liquid to disappear first. And I think I'm going to stir in a little bit of oil. I don't want these grains to stick together. Oh, he's the inventor of the Segway. Oh, he's from New Hampshire. I didn't know that was your hometown. Or home state. Okay. And we're good here. That's awesome, Wolfie. There's nothing like finding out about hometown celebrities. All right. I think we're good off on that front. Uh, I'll probably go with some neutral oil for the spinach, and I'll also use some butter. Whoops. What do with butter? Uh-oh. I have a lot of cheese left over too. Did we eat all the butter just that fast? Is that what happened? I'm so confused. Okay. Wait. Okay, 40 minutes. Okay, so the butter vanished. Pull out my other stick of butter and put it in a teeny weeny butter bag. Actually, no, I'll leave it in here. Welcome back, Skip. I'm not going to ask you how litter box duty was because it's a litter box. Oop. Okay, so now we got butter in the pan. We are all set. It was smelly. You just wanted to be sure I knew what was going on with the litter box, which is fine. Just wanted to fill me in. I mean, totally nothing wrong with that. Got at least another half hour to go before I need to do anything else that's really important. So. Let's see, okay. Okay. Time to turn this off because it's starting to stick. Whatever liquid is gonna get out has gotten. It's gotten gone. Get gone? I don't know. Whatever. Okay, yeah, this works so well. So much better than trying to boil it in a pot. Interesting. I wonder why, Skip. I mean, it was doing so well for a while. She's not still streaming, is she? Or am I just really good at missing her? Oh. Y'all, I've been getting some pretty good sleep. Wolfie. So let me tell you a funny story about me and Katie. So I was Catholic at one point, dating a nice Catholic boy, so I joined the. It was Lent, and I had said, "Oh, that would do it." Yeah, that's not going to work so well, Skip. I totally get it. Um, so it was Lent, and I think I'd said something about giving up violent thoughts as my first option. That I was going to focus on being more peaceful. And don't put all your eggs in one basket. So Katie had said something about, was it something hadn't gone right? I think one of her kids had gotten into trouble with the school, and she needed to go down and talk to the principal and blah 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 blah. And I was like, who said it? Let me get at it. Let me go down to the school. I'll splat him. I'll do it right now. She's like, Jane, that's against the rules. Remember, you can't do that. Like, oh. Leave it to Katie to make sure that if I am going to adhere to something for Lent, that I'm going to keep my word. Part of me wonders why she stopped streaming. But on the other hand, she has like, what, 6 kids now? I would not be surprised if she has a 7th already. So that does not leave time for streaming. Oh. Wow. I feel bad for her because all she wanted to do was help people. Mary was the last child. Okay, okay, okay. In a way, I'm kind of glad to hear it. I know she was trying to stick to her beliefs and the rules thereof, but fully understand, you know, sometimes you have to draw a line and you have to do what is going to be good for you. There is an insect. I hate it when that happens. Oh, the mission probably. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. I can see it. There was a command for that, and I don't know where it went. It's fine. Everything's fine. Little stuff cooking. Let me go check this meat. It's doing what it's supposed to. I'm like, why do I smell something burning? And then I remembered. This is toasted rice. Okay. Now, let's get... Welcome back, y'all. I had a recipe for scallion oil. That's it. One. Okay, let's start making the sauce for this pork. Because we've got a little time. I have a little bit of ginger here. And I will go ahead and wash this cutting board. There we go. Dice up the scallion and put it in a heat-proof bowl. Let's see. What do I have that is heat-proof and big enough to hold the sauce? Preferably something big enough to pour some hot oil in. This could get awkward. Okay. All right. Heat-proof bowl. Boom. Done. Okay, let's go ahead and grab some green onions. We're going to use those instead of scallions. I grabbed like 2 clusters of them. And I don't need a ton. Let me dry this out. Because I want the sizzling to be coming from the natural liquids in here. I do not want it coming from excess water. Just take care of that. Okay. I don't want this on here though. Okay, it's still cooking. I got worried because it smelled like stuff was burning and it's not burning. Yeah, I'll take care of that later. Just gonna go in the sink. Okay, there's that. Oh no, I said I didn't want that. So, I'm gonna do that. Okay, so that's done. So we're going to scoop this up and put it in a bowl. We are going to grate some ginger. Put that in here too. Green onions are delicious. Skip, I saw you. Okay, we're going to cut off a nub right here. And I totally understand why it says to grate it, because then you don't have to deal with the skin and all that other drama. But grating it is such a pain. Oof. The old days weren't that good. You were not wrong. Twitch has gone through quite a few changes. Some of them are great, some of them not so much. Ah! Okay, it's been 15 minutes. Let's check on the. Okay, all right. It's doing. Cooking. Might be about halfway there. If it's not done yet, then we'll just leave it in a little bit longer. Okay, I think that should be about enough. I'll put the stuff on this side too. Okay, that'll do it. Skip, we blinked. That's what happened. You blinked, and the next thing you knew, it was 6 years later. So, I mean, okay, sesame oil, salt, white pepper. A little bit of sesame oil here. Some salt. Actually, you know what? Okay. A very tiny amount of salt, because this is supposed to go over the pork that we have. Small amount of pepper, same reason. I would use 5 spice, but Szechuan. I have a lot of Szechuan peppercorns. Like sands of the hourglass, so go the days of our life. My mom was never one for soap operas, but I at least knew what that was. I remember when the soap opera Generations was a thing. Very unique, first one of its kind, because it was a black soap opera. It was also late 80s, early 90s, so that didn't last long. I keep thinking I have Szechuan peppercorn powder in here, but I know I don't. Which is fine. I'll make my own. I probably should have warned y'all that it was going to be loud. Okay, another 15 seconds. Hold, please. Okay, one last round at 15 seconds. Okay, I'm shooting for powder. It's almost there. One more round. This is the last one, I promise. All right, now we have a powder. So the trick apparently is to grind them for about a minute. Sounds like our rice is done. All right. Okay. We've got about 20 minutes to go. Let's start melting the butter for our stir here. So now the fun begins. We're going to heat up some oil in this Pyrex. That's hilarious, Skip. I love that. Okay, we're going to use some standard vegetable oil. We're going to go with half a cup. All we need. Double check here. Yeah, half a cup. Nailed it. We are going to heat this. Start with 3 minutes. See how that goes. Meantime, I'm going to put these peppercorns back where they came from. Whew, y'all. Well, I mean, if you can throw in a good swimming pool scene, why not, right? Okay. Just a quick rinse. Move this back to the back. This is pre 90210. Very true. You are not wrong. Whew. There we go. So now, after that oil is nice and hot, we are going to pour it over our stuff in our bowl here, and it's gonna bubble, and it's gonna look freaking cool. Ah, the 90s indeed. Not wrong. Okay. Gonna give it another minute. And that's true. The early 80s, yes. The days of Dynasty and Dallas. All the classics. I am starting to discover the joys of soap operas, but not quite the way, not traditional ones, but just a really good story that's being presented by an actress in a series of shorts. So you don't have to sit there for an hour and a half. Hi, Arctic Wolf. Go back to class. Good luck. Oh, if it's hot yet. Okay, one more minute, and then we pour. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere here. And you know what? Something is telling me I should get a deeper bowl, just in case. You last maybe 2 hours. I would not last long. All right. We have hot oil. I see bubbles. So it's official, yo. And that's true too, Skip. It would depend on where you landed. Okay, people. Let's pour some hot oil. Try not to burn ourselves. Yes. Let's say you get to choose. Ooh. I don't know nearly enough about Africans in Italy. I know they existed. But that's all I know. Yeah, if you were lucky, yeah. You're absolutely right, Skip. Okay, here is our ginger scallion oil. Good question, Wolfie. It does smell good. I almost wish I put more salt in it, but I'm glad I didn't. It's kind of plain because I didn't add more salt. But there's a lot of salt on the pork. Actually, you know what? I am going to add more salt because we have plain rice. And might just want to use it on that. Ah, totally, Skip. That's a very good question. That's better. Black, purple, and brown rice? Yum! JD made some toasted rice. Okay, butter is cooking. Now we get to add in our onions. An interesting I can imagine. Especially if somehow the colors don't all end up as moosh. Gouda is amazing. I love Gouda. Okay, I can see you as a sushi chef. Interesting. Okay, yes, smoked provolone, amazing. Most smoked cheddars aren't smoked well enough. I can see it. Okay, we're going to turn up the heat a little bit here. The onions cook. This is looking real good, y'all. Whew. Okay, I'm going to start putting stuff back now because I think I've done my duty here. Grilled mackerel with some fried rice steeped in green tea. I'm here for it. And you know what? Even though I say that Roger! Hello, hello! Hi, sweet spot. How are you? What the what? Uh-oh. Wait, what just happened? I don't know what just happened, y'all. Okay, and we're back. Oh, the hype train got triggered. Why did the... Hold on. What was supposed to happen was this. Hold, please. That didn't work. Hang on. What's a hype train and why a train? A hype train is when people give bits or subs or whatever, and it triggers this little icon, a random emote that you can now unlock. And let me see if I can find my notification. We got to level 2. Dang it, Roger. Okay, that part's working. Let's see, where is my hype train? Here it is. Here's what y'all should have seen.
Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what is that?
So that's what was supposed to happen. Sorry. I thought I fixed that because it was working. So yeah, it at the end of a hype train, you get emotes. And it's just a fun little thing to do, mainly to watch the streamer lose their mind. And Roger's very good at that. We know each other IRL, and he likes to come in and mess with me sometimes. So, see, told you. I told you. Thank you, Nexa. Appreciate the follow. Okay, the onions are nearly, you'd have to be open-minded. Yeah, taking what your grandmama gave you. Work. Indeed, you do have to be open-minded to lose your mind. That's probably my problem right there. All right, let's find some more music, y'all. Back to class. See you around, babe. We're so silly. We love Roger around here. Okay, wait a minute. This is not. Oui. Tout le temps, Roger. Tout le temps. All the time, you're silly. Seriously, like, Rudy, yes, okay, that I can accept. That I can accept. Super agree, yes. Let's try this. Or nah. Okay, that sounds a little boring. Let's go with this. I keep playing this group. I don't know why, but. Oh, the bear! I missed you, babe. Thank you for the good wishes. Appreciate you. Thank you for coming around. Roger, you are so ridiculous. Good gracious. Anonymous. Yes, you're totally anonymous. Thank you, Roger. You are amazing, and I adore you. We'll have to get together sometime and hang out and do some costuming, and you can watch me start screaming over trying to make a bodice. Your fingy slipped. Okay, we're going to go with that. We're going with it. Thank you, Roger. And you know what? I don't know if you've seen Sinners yet, but we should talk about it. I was dragged to it. Anna saw it. I'm going to have to reread the plot because I was too busy trying to avoid jump scares. But the point is, I saw it. Okay, so I'm just browning a few onions. Rice is done. Meat has another minute and 29 seconds. I'm gonna go ahead and put the salt back because I don't think I need this anymore. And, you know, as I was saying, as much as I complain about this being sort of plain, I haven't really given the flavors a chance to do anything yet. So really don't want to add more salt, but I am going to add some MSG. How that changes things. Okay, awesome. It's a little better. Now it's got more flavor. You should totally start that pot roast. Okay, let's check. This might... Dazed, yes. Not wrong. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay. That's really looking good. I am going to give it another 10 minutes because I want that fat to be crispy and golden brown, or as close to it as possible, without drying out the meat. It's so perfect. Not bad. Okay. Now, what did I do? Hey, bad jokes, what's up? Oh, that's a great idea, Skip. Hype chest! Everybody get your emotes. Oh, hey, nothing wrong with that. The applause break emote. Have a new emote, y'all. Everlasting soup. That sounds amazing. So we love to learn around here, so you are in the right place. Those are fish bones. I don't need fish bones right now. I'm going to take these pieces of bacon that I laid out on a rack and froze for easy use. This is the last time I buy thin cut bacon, y'all, in bulk. One of the worst decisions I ever made. I'm going to take these pieces, shove them in the bag with the rest of their cohorts. There it is. Boop. And then I'm gonna lay out some more bacon in a little bit. Fishbone is a great band. So the little penguin is our newest emote, y'all. Thank you for helping me unlock it. That means a lot. Okay, let me throw in a couple of handfuls of spinach. Ooh. I can make sure that there's enough for both of us. I bought spinach in bulk. There we go. All right, I think that should be enough. There. All right, I'm gonna go get the Shaoxing wine again. Add a little bit of that. Little 5-spice powder. Now I feel really dumb for putting everything away. A little bit of MSG. A little bit of salt. All right, we're good here. And now all this gets to cook. And this is the last dish of the evening. So we're almost done. I think I'm going to add a little tiny bit of soy sauce too. Wait, okay. A little bit of soy sauce, a little bit of sesame oil. Okay, now we're good. Good stuff. almost there. Mmm. It's gonna be great. That fat is fatting, people. Cheers. Yum. Okay. Well, I have time to kill. Let me lay out the next row of bacon. In case y'all are wondering, this is how I keep my bacon separated. I gotta find it. Oh, there it is. Way in the back of the fridge. So like I said, this is bacon that I bought. That was thin sliced instead of thick sliced. And I prefer my bacon thick sliced. It's going to take me to the middle of next year to actually freeze it all. But to be fair, I do forget that I have these in the freezer. Okay, sounds like the fat is done. And I think I'm going to do it for another 10 minutes. It's a small piece of meat, but actually, maybe I'll just set it to broil. Because I don't think the meat itself needs any more cooking. Gotta keep them separated. Hey, come out and play. Okay. Sleep well, Skip. Thank you for being here. Your presence is always appreciated. So pretty. Guys, it's so pretty. Okay, now, here's what I'm going to do. We are going to turn this broil. We're going to turn the time down to 15 minutes. Not sure how that works, but I'm going to keep an eye on that. I'm pretty sure that the toaster oven needs to preheat to get to broil. I'm going to wait for its little indicator sound. And once that happens, I'll put the meat back. Thanks for chilling with me, guys. I really appreciate it. Go ahead and close his blinds because there's no longer any sunlight coming through this window. I'm going to go ahead and close the back door since there's nothing smoky going on. So I bought a bug light. If you look closely, you can see it in the background. It's glowing. Right there. And when I first bought it and first started using it, there were a lot of flies in my house. I was hearing zapping every couple of minutes for a while there. And I had it on a little, table thingy or whatever. And sure enough, there were times where I would take the little mirror that I had under it, dump it out. There were, flies on it or whatever, dumped it out, put it back under. And after a while, the bug zapper stopped working. I was like, okay, I could buy another one, but let me see if it's just the bulb. It looks like it was just the bulb. And that said, when I picked up the bug zapper and flipped it over to change the bulb, there were still some dead flies stuck to the bottom. I was kind of annoyed. But we're going to see how effective it is now. What I want to do is open that back door again, the sliding glass door, and this window right here, because I want to stay cool in the summer. I can't do that if there's a ton of bugs. That's good, you guys. Almost. Too salty. Almost. All right. There we go. We are going to go ahead and broil that for about 10 minutes. That's done. I'm going to put a lid on top of that skillet. Move it back. Actually, no, I'm not going to put a lid on top of the skillet. Because as soon as that meat is done, I'm going to make a small plate and taste it. And then I'm going to go raid somebody. I'm going to make my teeny weeny, or let me wash my teeny weeny little bowl here. But the greens are really good. I'm very happy about that. Well, it's doing the thing, y'all. Very excited. My goal here is not to burn anything. does smell good in here. I will say that. It is definitely smelling good in here. You are not wrong. I'm pretty sure I know exactly who we are rating at. Oh, no, I'm not. They're rating me. Hold, please. Incoming raid. It's a good thing I checked. Oh my goodness. I love my friends. We apparently love each other so much. We're double rating or whatever. Okay, 7 minutes. Here we go. Raiders, 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 Raiders. It's the homosexual raid. Hey y'all, I'm Jane. This is my kitchen. I make soul food around the world. Tonight, I am making what was supposed to have been crispy pork belly. And then I pulled out the pork and realized it's not pork belly, it's pork jowl. Whoops. And so we're still cooking it. We're still cooking it in the method of crispy pork belly, but it doesn't have any skin and it has a lot of fat. So we're trying to crisp the fat. But anyways, so we're doing that. And I just sauteed some spinach and onion with some leftover greens. I'm pretty sure they're collard greens. And we've got some rice going. And I just made some ginger scallion oil to go with all of that. So hi everybody, welcome in. Congratulations again, Mimi. You worked really hard and you got what you wanted. I would say you got what you deserve, but that just doesn't sound right. Anyway, congratulations. Y'all, if you didn't know, Mimi just got a new job and worked her butt off to get there. Yes. So she's not doing the other job. She finished school, graduated, had a couple of interviews, and got a new job. Yes. Congratulations, my dear. Well done. Well done. Yes. Green Dazed, GG. Absolutely. 100%. So right now, I am broiling my meat. I want to make sure that that fat is crispy. Especially again, since it doesn't have any skin on it. So this should be good. And dinner should be ready in about 15 minutes. Just saying. It's getting golden brown. This makes me happy. Huh? Oh, I mean, do what you got to do. If you got to raid me and then I raid somebody else, I mean, yeah, absolutely well-deserved and more. 100%. You're right, Joy. Cheers. Actually, no. Hold on. This is a special occasion and it calls for special cheers. Wait. Hold on. I got to do this the homosexual way, man. Because how really, like, how can I call myself a proper homosexual if I don't do it right? Hold on. Wait. Okay. We're doing some vodka. Because I know Mimi does not like brown liquor. Okay. Homosexuals and ecclesia combined. We love you and we appreciate you. Cheers. Salute indeed. It feels so good. Now, I have no idea how job prospects are going to pan out for me and JD, but at least somebody is having something going right. That's all I care about right now. So, how was your night? Where did you go? Um, where'd you eat dinner? I'm curious now. I want to know everything. Three minutes. I'm going to double check this to make sure it's not burning. It is not burning. 3 minutes is all it needs. The ramen place not in SF. Okay. I know where you're talking about. That place. The really good place. That has a branch on the east side of the bay. I'm into it. That makes me happy. That's just awesome. Marufuku, yes. When JD and I get proper jobs, we have so many ideas on where to go and stuff. I have videos I need to send you. I might do it through Discord. I've been watching shorts on places to eat in the Bay Area, and yeah, we need to go to some of these spots. There's all you can eat Korean barbecue somewhere in Berkeley. I didn't know about this. The heck? So yeah, pretty much everything's ready. Both types of rice is ready. The greens are ready. Just waiting on the pork to crisp up. That's it. And then we're ready. Your mom still lives there? Nice. Yeah, you might maybe perhaps recognize. You know what I want to do? So, Gabe Fox lived here in the Bay Area. My biggest regret is that me and his friend, his best friend, did not meet sooner. Now, I say this, but can you imagine 16-year-old innocent Jane meeting two guys? What's up? Oh yeah, there's rice. Meeting two guys in high school, and by some miracle being allowed to hang out with them. Mimi says hi. Mimi kama-sama. He says, and I quote, "Sup, Mimi, the pleasure, congratulations." There. So being dragged along into whatever shenanigans. Because high school boys are not known for their record of making sensible decisions. So like I said, I say that, but I probably would have regretted my life decisions. Oh boy. Anyway, so what I want to do is have a day where I hang with Gabe Fox and his BFF, who is now my BFF, and just hit up a bunch of spots in the Bay Area. There's a place called the Fat Lady in Oakland. I've never been there. Lived in Oakland all my life. Never been to the Fat Lady. Passed by it. That was as close as I got. Okay. Y'all. Look at his meat. I will say more in 30 seconds. But I'll show it to you again in 30 seconds. Okay, and we're back. So, the pork is done. This is where we're at right now. how cool is this? Hang on. Let me show you more. Or not. Okay, that did not work the way I planned. Let's go back to this. Go here. I said let's go here. Okay. It's not working. I don't know why it's not working. Right. Okay, do I still have the camera here? What is happening, y'all? Okay, fine. We're just gonna, yeah, that's how I feel right now. Okay, anyways, hopefully you can see that. It's also very hot, but this is what my pork looks like now. This is what my pork looks like now. Let me stop before I, pour hot pork fat on myself. Okay. So we are going to take this teeny tiny piece of pork. I'm going to leave most of the big one for JD. Teeny tiny piece of pork. That's really hot, by the way. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and get our rice together. Or in my case, my pasta. Just gonna use my spoon to break it up because of... Driving back? All right, thank you, babe. Be safe. And congratulations again. We love you. Go out there and kick some butt, yo. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit of greenery here in all the right ways. Okay, I'm gonna take this, put this right here. Got my cute little bowl. All right, let's take a quick picture. And let's see how it tastes. Come on, phone. Work with me. Help me help you. There we go. All right, let's eat, y'all. Where'd my fork go? There it is. Okay, got myself a piece, some of the greens, a little bit of pork, a little bit of rice. Oh, you play. Cheers. Mm-hmm. Scraping off that salt was one of the smartest moves I ever made. The pork is seasoned, but it's not too salty, which was my fear. Mm-hmm. Hmm. I just got to the meaty bits. It's good. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Amazing. All right, y'all. Who are we gonna raid? So it looks like okay. Type 1 in chat if you want gaming. Type 2 in chat if you want more food. Enter your answer. Meanwhile, I will be stuffing my face. Hello, Samoan Beast. You have missed, unfortunately, most of the cooking. However, if you hit exclamation point menu, you will see what I made today. And it's all in this bowl. It's so good. Okay. So it looks like folks don't really care one way or the other. So I'm going to go ahead and raid Polino, who has been streaming for about 3 hours. He's still making drinks. I'm sad because his girlfriend Chevy isn't on stream anymore. I'm sad. She was on there like 5 minutes ago, but not anymore. I feel a kinship with Chevy. Boom. Okay, y'all. We're going to raid Colino 12, who makes amazing drinks, and today just so happens to be World Cocktail Day. So he's making some really incredible looking drinks here. I don't know how he does this. It's incredible. My pleasure, Sweet Spot. Thank you for being here. All right, y'all. Here is my raid call. Here is my other raid call. And here is the bot raid call. So, I'm going to give it a second. Copy paste whichever of the three you want. And we are going to raid Polino in about 4 minutes or less. Thank you, Water Porch. You have a great evening too. Thank you, y'all. I didn't almost want to stream today, but I'm glad I did. And yeah, I've been going for almost 3 hours. I'll take it. Y'all, you'll see me again soon, okay? And we're out of here in 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye. Thank you, Sevens. Good night.